Hello, again back to our show, the Minor Show. Kama kawaida, we are here to dissect what is going on, trending and happenings in our country, that is Kenya. Alright, so before we have a discussion, this channel is all about discussion, just looking things from a different lens, trying to predict and analyze and give our opinion, so the probability of what might happen next in a political arena. So actually that's what we do in this show. So before we proceed, I am genuinely asking you, don't pass these videos that I usually post here. You can support me. Through subscribing and leaving a comment and how we can improve. So today, Matiangi was able to jet back in the country. It was so astonishing and surprising how much people were eager to see Matiangi come back. So State House is in panic. There was urgent meeting that was called in the State House. You know, nowadays it's so funny that whenever they hear the name Matiangi, there's an emergency meeting that is done in the State House. So State House men and women are not sleeping because Matiangi was able to be back in the country. So what's the game plan of Matiangi? I've been watching Matiangi and listening to his speech since he officially declared of going to contest as a presidential candidate in the Republic of Kenya. So his messaging is becoming so different. I don't know how this one is going to affect him. We understand Kenyan politics inakuanga so different. So Kenyans want somebody more so at this time where we have a president who needs somebody that is bold. So we understand Matiangi is one of the boldest people that we have in our country, and people expected they just called him a bulldozer. So the reason why they call him a bulldozer is that they believe he can hit on the president head on. And the next thing later on I'll talk about is the debate that we might expect if the opposition are going to settle down on Matiangi. So Matiangi is very good, is factual, and I think is very eloquent and very fluent, and he tackles issues as they were. So compared to Ruto, who tries to manipulate things to come, like to try to please the people he's addressing wherever he goes. So this one is going to be a challenge for him because already people have understood that is very manipulative. So we will watch the debate between the two if only Matiangi becomes one of the presidential candidates. So I was today going to just a little bit discuss his homecoming or him coming back. So there are some events which took place previously before him coming back to the country. He went back to the United States. He came back to the United States, and I remember Matiangi has been working in the World Bank. So the first step he was to do when he came back, we understand that at one time he has this lobby group from Canada that was trying to see his probability of being one of the major candidates in the presidential election in Kenya. So they gave him a report back, and they assured him that he's the best suited to win the election, because Matiangi, one thing, he didn't want to risk it out, leaving his well-paying job to come to Kenya just to try things or try luck. He was assured that after a lot of polls were done, they assured him that the only thing you need to do is just go back, resign, and come back and start the campaign. The reason, he's not been campaigning, but his name is all over the country. You go to the mountain, you go to the mountain already decided that is the main candidate from the region. You come to Kisii. When he came back to Kisii and Nyamira, he had that storm whereby right now, if you are not politically aligning to Matiangi, the probability of you even being elected is absolutely zero. So when he did that, so he had that his support base plus the mountain, then his name is so highly spoken when it comes to the Luhya nation. So the Luhyas, the Raila Ruto alliance, they have tried to, they expect that the Luhya nation was going to support them, but unfortunately, it seems that they just want Matiangi. So looking at the numbers, looking at the probability of Matiangi, having advantage over any other candidates is so high that you can be tempted to go and fight for presidents. So if you look at around 3 million from West, the Luhya nation, you look around 4.5 million from the mountain. If you take the half of or 3/4 of the Luhya nation votes, so it seems to be having actually a high percentage of winning that region. So then you come to the mountain, you see all the mountain people, they just want Matiangi to be the president. You come to Kisii, locked, and Nairobi, they just don't want to hear name Ruto. So already Nairobi is gone. The whole mountain is gone. 3/4 of the Luhya nation, I think Luhya nation is going to stand strong behind Matiangi. The Luo nation is, I believe, almost half of the population. They just want Matiangi. The fear is on the Gachagua factor that I'm going to address using as I've been observing the speech, the way he's trying to frame the message to reach the public. Kenya is now highly divided. It's been divided into tribal groups. People say they're from mountain, people say they're from Luo Nyanza, Western, and they are trying to form these groups so that they can have a say when it comes to the next election. So what's happening is that we have a Gachagua hardliner who is hitting hard on William Samoei Ruto. So he seems to be benefiting from the Gen Z side who want him to hit, but they believe he cannot make a good president, so they don't want him to be the president. But again, they want to use him as a hardliner who can hit on Ruto. Actually, he has successfully succeeded to shut the mouth of the president. The president has got that euphoric way or charisma he used to communicate. Oh, those people who have no plan. So nowadays when he speaks, people don't feel like he's making any, that euphoric messaging that he used to have prior to 2022 election. So things are kind of changing, and the more the side of Gachagua seems to be, the way he's addressing him, it seems to have shut the mouth of the mouth of the president, and that one has really stressed our minister from the higher office. So there's those Kenyans who want it to be that way. You want somebody who can hit on Ruto. Of course, you don't care what you are going to hit, but so long as you can hit him harder, there's so many, around 70%, 60%, or let's say 55% of the population right now, they want somebody who can hit. The more you hit Ruto, the more you become a friend to some of this population or the voters in the country. Then we have that dynamics that is going on. We have people who really want somebody like Gachagua who is hitting on Ruto. Then what Matiangi is right now focused the way of this population of voters. This other population of voters, they're the ones who feel like you having a Gachagua who is trying to use the tribal calculus is going to alienate, and more so the Luo people, the Luo Nyanza people. They feel like they will be, if again the next government is going to be formed, they will be isolated. So they love Matiangi. I've spoken to some people who are intellectuals, and they have really told me that they love Matiangi, but if he's going to align himself with the Gachagua, that's where they feel like they will not be part of that government. So we understand Matiangi then is coming with this kind of messaging, whereby he feels like, let me come as a unifying factor. I want to tone down my language. My message should be more focused on giving hope. My message should be more focused on unifying the country, which is much divided at the moment. So I think that's why if you listen to how Matiangi has been communicating or giving out the message is of hope, and also the message of unity. At times, this is going to be tricky for Matiangi because people will feel like he doesn't have that charisma to deal with Ruto, and that's what the people want. But for the sober-minded people, they will feel like, and this is the kind of a man we want, a man who is caring for the feelings of other people who don't align themselves with the people like Gachagua. I think that's maybe has been advised to take that route. Let's hope that it's going to help him when he's starting moving around the country. So what we expect, I wanted to just play this a little bit, how Matiangi spoke the first message that he did as he arrived in Kenya.
One family, and all of us must find a way of engaging one another. Sometimes it's about the livelihood of our people, it's about the lives of our people, as you have seen this week, the stability and security of our country. The problems we have do not discriminate. People are suffering, whether they are supporting the party in power or they are supporting parties out of power. The suffering and the challenges are across the board. Isn't that the reason why we should do everything we can to ensure that now we focus on the survival of our country? Thank you. And we focus on ensuring that we change the lives of our people. As for me, I want to assure you 100%, you can trust me. I am going to spend all my time on this. I want us to see how we can energy has no returns. Let us focus on solutions. Finding solutions to our problems. Half of our problems have nothing to do with money. They have to do with management and leadership. We are better people. We have sufficient capacity in the country to manage the country better. And let us all now cross lines, come together, focus on solutions to the problems we face. Not the people, not solutions. Let's focus on solutions. Na tujipange, waambie watu wetu tafadhali Gen Z, we can do as much as we want, but if we are not registering and preparing to vote, we have not succeeded. So the drive is to register, we vote, we prepare ourselves to participate effectively and in a quality manner in the forthcoming electoral process.
So I don't want to go full on the messaging, but you can hear the messaging of Matiangi is hopeful. Let's unite our country and let's provide solution. Let's be hopeful. Let's unite our country and also let's have solution. Let's not focus on individuals. I think this one is going to create a conflict on the opposition side, whereby the opposition, led by Gachagua, is more like focused on Ruto and dealing with him like with your one term and my business is dealing with you. So those are the two contradicting messaging that is coming from the opposition. So you can tell me, what's your favorite way you want the opposition to deal with William Samoei Ruto? So you can comment there. I will read your comments later, and we will keep discussing on these issues of Matiangi and other presidential candidates, and the probability that he seems to be having to age to become the next president of Kenya. So you can write me a comment there, and I will read them when we come back. Thank you so much. Keep subscribing. This is the Minor Show, the show that is focused on giving opinion, analyzing the events and trending topics that are going on in Kenya on the political space in our country. Thank you so much. See you next.